Next is the phosphorus cycle. The phosphorus is important component of a cell membrane and for the ATP and nucleic acids. तो अब ये मिलता है फ्रॉम द फॉस्फेट रॉक्स एंड द फॉसिल बोन डिपॉजिट्स जो before a long time were deposited into the earth or into the water. So now the use and release of phosphorus. सबसे पहले plants जो हैं they will take the phosphorus from the soil. That when the pH, the concentration of hydrogen ions is below 7, they will take a phosphate in the form of a dihydrogen phosphate, that is H2PO4. So when the concentration of hydrogen ions is below 7, so plants will take a hydrogen in the form of a dihydrogen phosphate, that is H2PO4, and when pH, that is the concentration of hydrogen ions, is above 7, then the plants will take phosphate in the form of a hydrogen phosphate, that is HPO4. And next, when herbivores animals will feed on the plants, this phosphorus will be transferred to the animals, that is herbivores. Next, this will goes on to the carnivores animals. So this way this is utilized from the soil. Next is the release of phosphorus from the plants and animals. First one is the death of the plants. When plants become dead, they will go to the soil. The phosphatizing bacteria will act upon the dead plants and they will convert the phosphate, that is a hydrogen phosphate or a dihydrogen phosphate, into the dissolved phosphates. Another one is when animals excrete, they will add phosphorus again to the soil and will be converted to the dissolved phosphate by the bacteria. The same way, when the animals will become dead and the bacteria acting upon the dead animals become dead, upon them also phosphatizing bacteria will work on them and convert them to the dissolved phosphate. These dissolved phosphates will be taken up by the plants and they utilize them for the protoplasm synthesis. This is the one way of circulation of the phosphate into the living organism and the non-living environment. Another one is when the animals use the phosphorus for the formation of bones and the teeth, when the bones animal will become dead or the teeth will shed, they will go to the soil. They will go to the shallow marine sediments. जब animal अपनी bones और teeth में उसको use करता है तो humans की death होती है. They go to the soil, उसकी bones को usually बहा देते हैं पानी में या उनको bury कर देते हैं into the soil. When they go to the shallow marine sediments, they will lost in the deep sediments and they go out of the cycle for the long time. And from the shallow marine sediments, seaweeds also take the phosphorus, and marine fishes, when feed on the seaweeds, this is transferred to this level. And then these animals, when become dead, they will add the phosphate rocks, and with the erosion of the phosphate rocks, this again is added into the soil, and this way the phosphorus circulate into the biotic and abiotic components of the ecosystem. This is all about the phosphorus cycle.